The Bay Area is home to some of the most creative and compelling authors, and joining me now is novelist Donna Levin. She is here to talk about some books that she says should be on your reading list. Thank you so much for joining us, Donna.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so you have 3 novels for us today. Go ahead and start with the first one.
Okay, well, the first one is They're There by Tommy Orange. As with all these authors, he is Bay Area based. He's an Oakland native, like me. And They're There is a story of 12 people of Native American heritage. They're disparate but interconnected. Some of them are family, but all of them are planning to attend a big Oakland powwow at the Coliseum.
So based here, too.
Oh, yes. And most of the story almost entirely unfolds in Oakland itself. And the climax is at that powwow, but that is not a spoiler because I am a spoiler-free zone. One of the most interesting passages for me, though, is a flashback to the Native American occupation of Alcatraz in the 60s, which I think kind of launched all what we think of as the 60s here in the Bay Area. And it's told from the perspective of a young girl, a 12-year-old Opal Viola Victoria Bearshield, and this was like I said, one of my favorite parts. Tommy Orange. Oh, and the book was longlisted for the National Book Award, by the way.
Okay. So a little history in that book, too.
Yeah.
And then you have a second book, also by a local author, Queen Sugar.
This is Natalie Bazile is the author. She's based in Berkeley. And this is a story of Charlie Bordelon, an African-American woman who is an ultimate Angelino because she measures distances in freeway exits, not in acres, but she inherits a sugarcane plantation from her father with the stipulation that she farmed the land herself. She can't sell it and walk away with the proceeds. So she goes to Louisiana, and it's a classic man versus nature, but this is woman versus nature story. And of course, there are marvelous, quirky characters that are going to help and hinder her, including a troubled half-brother. You know, it's a strong story in an interesting setting, just like They're There. So if you don't have a strong story, you don't have me as a reader.
Sure.
So that's one reason that's why I love this.
And another strong story that you have for us, a third novel.
This is The Storyteller's Secret, Sage Albadani, and once again, a Bay Area author. She's in Palo Alto. And this is about Amisha, a teenage girl living in rural India during the Raj, the British occupation, and she's forced into an arranged marriage. She doesn't think of it as forced because that's just what you do in rural India in the early part of the 20th century and before. How she copes with that, and then how she copes with life after she has 3 children but falls in love with a British officer. And so, of course, it's a lot about what women took for granted in those times, and how few opportunities there were, and it makes me feel lucky to have been born in San Francisco in the 20th century, but lucky to have been born here and now, that's for sure.
Sure. So Donna, these are all local Bay Area authors. Mm-hmm. You don't really think about that. Talk about how we have a diverse community of authors.
New York may be kicking up as I say this, but I think we have the most vibrant, interesting, diverse literary community in the United States right here. And I think it just grows out of the pioneer creative spirit that embodies the Bay Area. People came out here for the gold rush, and ever since then it's been a place where social movements have taken place, and where people come to write about them too.
All right, we are so busy with our lives, but I really hope that people actually find time to pick up a book.
Yeah, I hope so too.
All right. Thank you again, Donna Levin, for joining us this afternoon.